Our mission opened its office here in Belgrade yesterday, and today, this morning, we held an introductory meeting with the Ministry for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Serbia, and we will soon, after the weekend, hold a meeting with the Republic Electoral Commission to introduce our team and explain our mission activities. These meetings with the Ministry for Foreign Affairs and the Republic Electoral Commission are primarily to introduce our team and explain our mission activities in the coming weeks and its composition. I would like to use this opportunity to extend our thanks and appreciation to the Ministry and the Commission for the cooperation thus far, and we look forward to continuing our cooperation with them in the coming weeks. This mission was preceded by a so-called needs assessment mission, which came here last month. That's also a standard procedure. And Senja Dasucina, she was a member of the needs assessment mission. And the purpose of the needs assessment is to assess the pre-election environment, as we call it, and the preparations for the early parliamentary elections. The needs assessment mission team held a number of meetings with officials from state institutions, as well as with representatives of political parties, with representatives of the media, civil society, and international organizations. And let me point out that the needs assessment mission report on Serbia and the early parliamentary elections is available on the ODIHR website. And based on the findings of the needs assessment mission, the composition of the mission is that we request we have a core team, and then we have long-term observers, and then we will have short-term observers before election day. So the core team consists of 11 international experts from 9 different OSCE participating states. These are electoral, political, legal, and media analysts. And then we have a media monitoring team of I think it will be 6 Serbian people on the team, and they will monitor the media extensively 6 days a week. And their analysis and our conclusions from that will be included in our reports. The long-term observers, there will be 30 long-term observers. They will arrive this Sunday, the 19th of November. And on Monday, we will give them, the core team will give them an extensive briefing about Serbia politics, about the preparations for the elections, about the electoral system, and so on. And then we will, the LTOs, as we call them, the long-term observers, will be deployed on Tuesday out into the countryside. And they are deployed in pairs, so there will be 15 pairs of long-term observers. 1 pair, of course, is here in Belgrade. And they will obviously follow the election process throughout the country, all aspects of the election process throughout the country. And then we have requested 250 short-term observers for election day. And the purpose with short-term observers is to systematically observe the conduct of voting, counting, and tabulation procedures in polling stations across the country. The day after election day, the mission will deliver its statement of preliminary findings and conclusions at a press conference. And after election day, the mission will stay in the country to follow what we call post-election developments, including possible complaints and appeals. The mission's final report on the early parliamentary elections will be published roughly a couple of months after the completion of the elections, and will include recommendations on how to improve the process, which will be presented to the authorities for consideration. So I'm coming to the end of my statement, but I would like to make a couple of points at the end of my statement that are important for our work here and for you to know. Firstly, the mission is here to observe the elections according to established ODIHR methodology. We will assess the elections against the OSCE commitments, which all OSCE participating states have pledged to fulfill, and also Serbia's other international obligations and international standards, as well as against the Serbian national legislation. We also take into account prior ODIHR recommendations on Serbia and the status of the implementation of those recommendations. And I would like to stress that we apply the same standards, the same methodology to all OSCE states. Secondly, I want to underline, and it's important to understand, that our role is to observe the electoral process and report, not to interfere. We are not interested in the outcome of the elections, but rather that the process is transparent and conducted in line with commitments undertaken by Serbia within the OSCE